Ladies and gents, welcome back to our Season 9 coverage here at CEVO. We are going to be jumping into Inferno for map number 2 between ENCE and PENTA, and as always, it's going to be myself and Helium taking things away. And it looks like we are ready to jump right into this one, Joey, into the pistol round on Inferno.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. A brief case of actually being a caster's fault. My internet went out, so the players were kind enough to wait on that to come back, as it doesn't usually stay out very long. I was kind of nervous. I hear like construction and people mowing grass. I thought someone maybe just straight wrecked the cable. But no, not the case. Here we go. Pistol round. PENTA working their way up, and it'll be Yuho to start sitting them down. Mike S in response. They go 1 for 1, and Mike S, they are on the chase. They don't have to worry about CT quite yet. Stonda, though, has now made his way there. Alu's bought the time he needed. He's got behind Nubox. And oh, flash goes out. Alu not blind enough. He'll bring down Mike S. TaSeN moving in, and everything, the trades to go in the way of PENTA right now. 3-on-3, control the site. Bomb going down, but already poised for a very, very quick retake. TaSeN shutting that down from his angle at Nubox, stopping them from moving in at construction. Just Sunny there, and Zart on the other side at CT, but it's PENTA with the man advantage. 3 versus 2 right now.
Saving grace is they do have a defuse kit, though, so if they can get some bullets to faces, there is a chance of this clutch, but just got a whole lot less likely. Sunny now facing multiple angles. 1v3 knows one's in dark. He saw a second player around Banana. He knows he's now in trash. But TaSeN is holding the extra angle. There is no chance for Sunny to pick this up. And he gets picked off on the cross. So PENTA have won yet another pistol round. On the T side, it's always super important to build those foundations to get some work done. And ENCE, who had a pretty dodgy time of it on CT side due to a lot of forced buys that kind of screwed themselves. This is looking good for PENTA right off the bat. And it's still a good way to calm some of those nerves, especially if they have tilty feelings in the back of their mind about the fact they should have won overpass. It's a good way to start things off.
Yeah, that's great. So 1 round in the books. Looks like ENCE, though, do have some sort of a plan. They don't buy any armor, but they will grab quite a few Deagles, CZ, P250, and 4 smokes. And they haven't used a single smoke yet, and here comes the first kill! And actually some damage even going the way of TaSeN, because TaSeN had a nade out. Martyrdom, the perk, affecting PENTA negatively.
We're not on MLG anymore, dude.
Oh, sorry.
The COD reference.
Wait, this isn't COD?
I used to hate that perk, though. I used to think Martyrdom was the worst ever. Nice shot called from TaSeN. I assume it was onto him, because he said it just after TaSeN wrecked somebody, so I'm not sure if he's like saying nice shot to his teammate. That would be a bit weird. Obviously to Yuho. And now Ali's going to charge down with that. CZ picks up the smoke, can fend off Banana for a little while longer. And PENTA do need to be careful, because in these kind of desperate situations, Ali may even think about holding a close angle and just trying to wreck them as they push out. Deciding against it, actually backs away. Perfect timing. If he'd stayed behind the sandbags, he'd have just got demolished off that grenade without any Kevlar. So, with that being said, now the terrorists turn their attention up through mid. Decoy was thrown into Banana just to keep a couple of those CTs at bay. And actually you can see Sunny starting to wrap himself through onto that B side. So it's going to be a 4-on-2. And the 2 pistols on the A side, unfortunately for the CTs, are the 2 of their weakest ones. It's a CZ and a P2000, but it's the P2000 that comes good for Stonda. He's given his position away. He's looking for seconds right now, but he will be pincered. And that leaves the man of Alu with it all to do. And he may just think about saving the CZ or trying to look for an exit frag. The CZ's not a terrible save going through into the next round where they'll have no weapons to play with. That's if he can save it, though, which he can't.
TaSeN with some nice shooting comes away with 2. Mike S also got a little bit dicey when you know, any round that starts off with a 1 deeg. It's like seeing a gun in the first act of a play. Like, you know that something bad could happen. Or probably will happen, but PENTA are able to survive, so 2-0 now, and ENCE, well, I like it, they are managing the economy pretty well. They haven't really gone in for the armor, but they have got some stronger pistols a couple rounds, and once again with 2 smokes. So a little bit of a plan, try to keep PENTA at bay at least a little while.
Yeah, there is going to be enough firepower to punish PENTA if they do walk in unawares, a bit lackadaisical. But Lowell is going to be going through the apps first with the MAC-10. Again, an expendable weapon. Typically, you're going to see that weapon pushing in first. It's the cheapest All the weapons on the side of Penta, barring the P250, which Habs is currently running with. Oh my goodness, what is going on? It's 3 kills with P2000s. Lowell finally will take him out, but it's a 3v2 in pretty much almost a full-on eco. They've got a Deagle and a CZ, but neither of those weapons were in the thick of the action. Penta, you have to win these kind of rounds. This is unforgivable if you lose from this position.
Well, Lau might be putting in overtime here with his back 10. He thinks well, but gets think back, and Alu will take him down. Surviving on 1 HP, and he gets another kill onto Tass and Alu. How is this possible? ENCE with a bit of a crossfire setup, but only with pistols, and Penta pushed through a smoke up at middle, get blended. Thought there was a chance for Lau to bring it back, but there wasn't, and Penta's got to be devastated off of that.
That is just a raw WTF moment. I think there was both P2000s that got the kills as well. It's not even the case that they walked into P250s or like CZs or something. I think they're all P2K kills, which just makes it that much worse. Weapons, AKs, MAC-10s, UMPs, and you get wrecked off P2000s? How? So now you can see that Penta, they're able to get a force buy up together, rummage together a fairly decent buy. But ENCE, I mean, just getting away with murder in that last round, that should never happen for Penta. Ever.
And, well, they still have something to work with on this round. 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, and a decent amount of utility for Penta to do something with. Enough flashes to maybe take some earlier map control. For instance, over here at Banana still biding their time behind this smoke. Chicken will push through the smoke, why not? Chicken probably plays an FPL. As now top Banana control is taken, and ENCE will fall back into that B site.
ENCE aren't exactly fully stable themselves. So let's see if this charge is going to start to come to fruition. They've only got a deal in the hands of Yuho. Alu's going big. He gets traded out from 2 Tech 9s. The 2 Tech 9s both do their job. Such a difficult weapon to contend with from a CT's perspective. Zarte probably shouldn't have got that kill onto my guess, but he'll take it. 3 on 3. Albeit he is very low. 85 HP chunked away from him. And with his bomb planted and a couple of defuse kits and plenty of utility, ENCE may think about going in for this one.
I mean, they're throwing flashes like they would, but it falls apart real quick. Trying to pop flash those smokes, and Lau reading them like an open book. Finds 3 kills on the round, and Standa will retreat to save the AWP.
You called it. You hit the nail on the head there, Joe. If you see a pop flash start to come through smoke, you know what the general idea is. They're going to push through that smoke afterwards. So if you have your crosshair in the correct position and you just have spray control down, even while flashbanging, these players know exactly where to aim and exactly how to control that spray. So you saw Lowell just rip through 2 players through the smoke. Very well played indeed. And you can see how much that hurts ENCE now. They can get another buy, but only 1.4k in the hands of Sunny. So it's going to be 5-7 drop for him. And a weakened buy, albeit with an AWP on Standa. So not quite as bad as I originally expected from ENCE, but still Penta will be very happy with this turn of events.
Yeah, I think Penta dodged a big bullet there, right? Losing to the P2000s, what a way to lose. Still were able to manage a buy, spending all their money. Chance of getting reset completely, but they're able to win out a round over at B. So they're right back in the driver's seat of this, and still dangerous, but if they lose this round here, they will be broken. Standa starts it off with an op frag, so man advantage to ENCE.
Yeah, good start as well. Bad news though for ENCE, in that sense that they can't get the weapon across to Sunny, so he still only has a 5-7. Banana control has been assumed. Oh wow, just slightly too high. If he put his crosshair down, he would have had the kill from Tarston. He finally goes back in, puts the nails in the coffin, and Yuho is going to get himself betrayed as well. Alu with a spray down. Very well played from ENCE in Banana. And although Alu is going to be isolated from his teammate for a few more seconds with 34 HP, probably will die. Lowell seems to think he's gone back to new boxes. He gets caught, but still gets the spray down in effect. He still has time to play with as well, so he's not in a rush. ENCE should not be conceding this round. It will be a bomb plant, though, to Penta. This is where things get interesting, Joey. If he just times this right, he could get himself a couple kills. There we go. The timing is not on his side. The Finns will pick up another round.
Yeah, I mean, good job to even get one more kill, right? Still making it pretty expensive. They got the bomb plant, so good money for Penta. ENCE only have 2 to survive, so their economy is going to be put in check. Actually, they'll ultimately lose money, and it will not be a good buy going into this. next round. And what will Penta do as a response? Their money, I mean, I have seen that they've bought. Once the scoreboard goes away, we'll see what money they actually have. Wow, 7 and 4 with 3,900 bucks. Didn't buy anything. Okay, there he goes now. He'll pull out that AK. So Penta are certainly still dangerous. And they've got the utility to take some of that map control, which is also important here on Inferno.
Totally correct.
There's not much utility on ENCE either to hold them off.
You're spot on about them being dangerous again, Joey, because of course it was the 2 Tech 9s that when they ripped on through onto the B site got the 2 frags. So we know that Penta can use them to devastatingly strong effect. The thing is, this time around though, there's more utility on the hands of ENCE, going through into the latter stages. Last time they had pretty much nothing. Now they have a smoke, molly, HE, a couple of flashbangs. They can keep them at bay. But Penta playing this one slow and steady, and a fuse kits as well on ENCE, so they're okay with playing a slower game here, I would say.
That is quite an angle by Stonda. Oh, did he hit Tapson actually? I don't know if that was earlier nade damage or what, but nice Molotov use here, and Tapson get the fire kill as well as the headshot onto Sunny. Zart playing up here on the balcony, just going to hold that trigger. The bomb is picked up again by Lau and then immediately dropped. Good job by Zart, even finding a third over that truck, which can be so annoying. Tapson trying to bring it back, but look at the bomb. It's in such a tough spot, and it won't even matter. It won't come to it, because Zart holding his ground there at balcony and then in the pit with a 4K.
Very well played from Zarte as well. Like, he could hear the movement, but also it stands to good reason in like this kind of round where you have a lot of pistols that they'd be trying to waterfall out of apps. So he just, as you say, keeps his finger on the trigger, keeps the spray control in effect, knowing he still has 10, 15 bullets to play with. Second player runs right into his AK spray. Very, very intelligent play indeed. And now Penta, after that force-up, have very little to play with. Oh my goodness, but the grenade keeps Sunny in place. I hate that about this game sometimes. It's stuck by the nades, and then Tapson finishes him off. Yeah, he was screwed regardless. It was a straight-up rush through mid.
There were like 4 nades.
Thing is, though, Penta, fair enough, you get the first frag, but you're still so far behind in terms of weaponry in this round. Like, no Kevlars at all. They can't get their hands on that AWP just yet. I believe it was an AWP. No, it wasn't actually. I think it may have been an M4. But still, they'd have wanted to pick that up for themselves, and they can't get it done.
Oh my gosh, Crystal's stickers are like flying in the sky right now.
I can see that as well.
I don't know if everyone's seeing this, but
it's triggering me.
Ridiculous. That and the grenades, you know. Still some things to be fixed up here. As Zart once again, man, the king of apartments. He's evicting everybody.
I like it. He's like the landlord.
Yep.
That scumbag landlord. Just kicks everyone out. 2 rounds in a row, though. He has held that position very well, albeit, you know, no Kevlar. All he has to really do is put his crosshair in the right place and just hold down left click. Kills for days. But Penta now do have themselves AKs, and they're a solid enough start. As I said before, winning that pistol gives you the foundations to build upon, so they'll be happy. I would say Penta will be happy with 5 or 6 rounds on this half. Obviously, any more than that would be, you know, phenomenal for them. They're already about halfway there. And we're only about halfway through this this first 15 rounds. So let's see what I can get done. That molly a bit too deep. It's not going to be landing on sandbags.
Too late.
Yeah, these are off angles as well. If you push through there, you do not expect 2 players to be there at all.
Like, what good does a Molotov do you if you throw it when the smoke is down? Like, all right, you've cleared out that spot for 7 seconds, but the smoke is there. It's going to last longer. They can easily just slip back into the same location. So Penta have essentially thrown 2 of their 4 Molotovs at the start of this round and got absolutely nothing from it. ENCE maintains that top banana control. And it'll be Penta now later in the round. They have taken over apartments, so this could still set up for a dangerous A-take. The smoke's gone down. That'll block off Stonda. He'll take a shot, and he'll move positions.
Yeah, you do mention a very key point there, and it's something that always bothers me. It's like utility without purpose.
Yeah,
as you
exactly.
said, they're getting rid of them out of position, but there's smoke there, so you can't capitalize on that one. Maybe they were hoping that you'd have some retaliation flashbangs as they relocated, but it was too late. Yeah. So, oh my goodness, Sarte actually goes for the off-timing peak. He does at least get 1 kill. They were not expecting a double stack.
Yeah, that's why he goes for it. Sunny was here in the pit. They're like, we killed Zart! We did it! Let's go out of apartments! And then Sunny's like, nah, I'm still here. We doubled it up. We got you. And I think it's got to be some mind games there from ENCE. No way Zart takes that peak for any other reason.
Absolutely, yeah. Went in, gets the trade, and they assume, okay, A's ripe for the taking. Let's just charge through Sunny's there afterwards. Very well played. The mind games are real. So now it forces Penta back into a half buy. They do have round loss bonus, 4 rounds of it in total, so they are going to be able to get AKs and potentially an AWP as well, which hasn't really done a great deal for them thus far on their T side. At least they're not going full Empire with double AWP setups though on Inferno.
Never go full Empire.
That was intridasting, seeing that happen. Here comes the charge from Penta, and this time, ENCE are just keeping it mixed up. Like, we've seen them play super aggressive down Banana, we've seen them playing more passive at the top of Banana next to the car and sandbags. This time they're on the site itself. Unpredictability is key on maps like Inferno. And now here comes the crossfire. This is the second part of the puzzle. This is where teams like Fnatic, where Crim's really comes alive for the Swedes, and it's going to be the Finns now just taking over. Bomb's been dropped out in the open. That's brutal for Penta. And this pretty much is their hopes and prayers vanishing into thin air on this round.
Yeah, so this round over. Good hold there, but Penta wasn't really all that dangerous. They tried to put a smoke down, push around smoke to go CT and wrap instructions, it looked like. And, you know, whatever. But I want to backtrack. You made a point back on the previous round where they threw those Molotovs past the smoke to try to take, and you're like, utility for purpose. So we'll have a learning moment together, you know, as a stream, as a community. Anytime you throw a nade in Counter-Strike, if you want to get better at the game, ask yourself, why am I throwing this nade? And I think a lot of the times you won't have an answer for that question, and you should put the nade away.
It's very true. A lot of the top teams will throw grenades that may not make a lot of sense, but it's more like the fake mentality, or there's different layers and elements of that. But that molly didn't make any sense to me, even upon thinking about it again. Here comes the fast charge, maybe a desperation play, and Sunny's up to the task. He's one of the top performing Finns in the first map. And now Stonder's there with the AWP. He's at close range, that flick shot's real. Fantastic in the 5-7, just to clean it up. 3 kills for him. Very well played. It's like ENCE put on the afterburners again. This is what we saw in the first half of Overpass, where they looked unbeatable. Can Penta somehow bring this back? They've tried fast pushes, they've tried set plays, they've tried pushing apps. Nothing's worked for them.
Yeah, they're getting straight shut down. Even on the maps where they've been even on the rounds rather, where they've been granted some map control, like the actual execute thereafter hasn't been very, very good. They've been trying to more or less take the sites pretty dry, and it just hasn't worked out. But a little bit faster now. Again, they are waylaid by the smoke that is dropped, and once more a Molotov comes over so late, but this time they will actually push through, so it's going to make sense. Flashes, I don't know if they were effective enough. Al is still here, and he's able to take away 1 more. And actually, after all the dust settles, Penta comes out pretty good there. They will get a 2-for-2 trade and control of the site, but the retake coming in pretty quick. Stonda's got this angle, although Tacit has no reason to move, so he's in a fantastic spot here in Garden. Sunny seems to be aware, and the flash will go over. All of them are blind, but Tapson comes away with the headshot. And yeah, Stonda able to, not able to rather, to hit that very difficult shot as Tassin hops out of there.
Yeah, the flash was designed to force Tassin out of the position, or Tapson, I'm not sure which one it was in the garden that you were talking about, had no reason to move. That flash could have forced him out, but he knew he had a teammate there, had a partner in crime, and so he was good to go. Stonda is so confident in his own ability. Like, you can see this in positions where a lot of people would just run away or play it safe. He stands big. Like, he's like, come at me, bros. I can deal with you. Like Overpass, the round they ended up losing is purely off the basis of his confidence. So after saying that Penta have been struggling, they've been hitting a brick wall, they have picked up another T round. So it shows that ENCE can believe they are mortal after all.
I almost think there was an opportunity for Stonda. If he kind of went in for a little peek there right at the end, if he had just held an angle that didn't let them exit to Banana, he might have been able to hold them on the site till that bomb blew up. And Penta already were struggling to buy. Like, they've spent all of their money on these rebuys. At this point, either team that loses will put the other... Well, either team that loses will be on full eco. So round 12 is going to be massive. It's a convincing half for ENCE probably if they find this one, and it's the door open for a decent T side if Penta win.
That's very true. This is one of those kind of tipping points, the fulcrum of the Counter-Strike. Inferno CT side is alive and well, right in the balance. And Penta will realise this as well. They've consistently taken weapons away from ENCE, even in rounds they've been shut out in. So also give them a bit of confidence. Crystal again with the AWP. I still stand by what I said. I don't think the AWP has really done anything. And when I just checked the score, actually, he's 1 for 8. So that also highlights the point I'm trying to make here, that Is there maybe something to be said for running with 5 AKs instead and playing for more aggressive, execute-heavy strats here, or is he just so confident in his ability? Because so far he's got nothing done. I wonder if that will change if it continues to be the case.
The Penta have left to work with, right? They're starting to move back over. They haven't really taken much control. They're in banana and they're kind of at the top of middle, and it looks like they're maybe going to try to do a split, or perhaps Mike S is going to lead a charge up the jungle side for a fake, but Zart's going to catch one in the back. I'm not sure if Mike S was spotted. Actually, if he wasn't, this is going to work out brilliantly for Penta if he gets in there unknown. So far, Standa is not moving out of library, so I don't think the lurk is going to work out, and the lurk certainly won't work out because the main offensive is getting shut down. Crystal finds 1 kill, but it's not going to do enough good, and it looks like Mike S, his position was unknown. He'll get 1 more frag, but they'll lose out on time.
It's kind of confusing to me why you'd send Mike S into arches. Like, I understand the idea of split attacking on B and having a player come through Speedway around the back of the B site, but with like 10 seconds left for him to still be in arches, that forces a 3-man push onto the site, one of which is an AWPer. So you don't have that explosive execute onto the site where you're just going in all guns blazing. Like, Crystal gets a frag, but only because ENCE started to push out of the B site to just completely assume dominance. So for me, that's very much a head-scratching moment for Penta. Like, Mike S did nothing in that situation. I realize he's lurking, trying to catch players as they go across, but that's all off the principle that you get the bomb planted in the first place. Otherwise, his position is utterly useless.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're doing that, you need to be confident in that B take, and everyone at least did commit, but there wasn't enough really left over to take that B site away from ENCE. The defense there has been very, very good, but Zart, alright, finally he'll go down in the apartments without even inflicting much damage back over to Penta, so Mike S finds that opener. That could be a massive kill in this round, because, well, they don't have much to work with. He's the one player with an AK, everyone else is just pistols.
Indeed. So even though they have picked up the first kill, it's not necessarily the end of the world for ENCE. It does open up a few more opportunities now for the terrorists. Looks like they're going to try and sneak their way through library the back. Alu, cue the Jaws music. He could be about to be hunted down. And he's going to get the caught out. There we go. Samson with a B250. Looking to get his hands on the M4. Somehow gets it as well. You can see Stonder's head just peeking up. What has happened for ENCE? They have just completely shut the bed. In a round that you'd fancy them to take. Only the 1 AK with Kevlar behind it. And that's been more than enough. Wow.
I like that. Was that Tapson that sprayed down the player that peeked out of out of Graveyard?
Yeah, Slonder.
Also, well, as this player tries to save, that's Yuho. Graveyard, absolutely the worst thing that ever happened to Inferno. Am I right?
Whenever I get killed off Graveyard while planting, a part of me dies. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Like, a part of me actually dies.
I imagine, obviously, I think it's pretty common knowledge right now. I imagine a lot of the Twitch viewership is the same, like, Reddit base, so I'm sure a lot of people are aware that the rumors that Inferno is going to be remade. And honestly, I think that one change, like, reskin it, make it look pretty, like all the new maps, improve some visibility in certain areas, take away a lot of these stupid plants and leaves that are hanging off the walls, take away a lot of the picket fences and stuff that have weird bounce mechanics and whatnot, clean it up, and literally make no other changes, just take away Graveyard, and I think we're good to go.
Yeah, I would be very interested to see
Maybe
if...
widen Banana a little bit.
Yeah, that's something else I was going to say. And I also wanted to see if it takes them as long to bring a new Inferno out as it did Nuke, because that lasted seemingly like a year or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, radical changes, right? The added one rafter. Took them a while to come up with, perhaps.
But I do like the look of Nuke overall. I like the new aesthetics
nice.
to it. So yeah, I would be down for that. Inferno, a map that maybe does need a little bit of work, but as we stand right now, ENCE, I'm going to be looking to pick up another round here right now. And, well, it's almost an identical, just switched round as the last one, where ENCE now have the one assault rifle with Kevlar, but everyone else has pistols. And that nade, by the way, 79 damage. Get wrecked, Zata.
Oh, but he's playing him in the smoke,
What?
and if he's going to sit here, he's not taking any more damage yet. Still a 21 HP, possibility to make the play. He peeks up Mike Clapton! Crystal, wrong place! Right time from the perspective of ENCE, and 3-on-3 just like that.
Oh my god, I'm watching that back on stream. He just runs in front of his spray, I guess, catches a bullet to the back of the head.
That's Counter-Strike, honestly, right there in a nutshell.
Get dunked. Meanwhile, Penta have got the bomb down, so it looks like we are going to have a carbon copy, just the reverse of the last round, where the one assault rifle is going to manage to come good for ENCE, and they're going to pick up the round. I am watching that back right now. Who was it that just got his head in the way? So don't worry, bro, I've got you. I'll block it with my face.
No, you live. Get the bomb to B.
Yeah, it was Crystal. He just ran in the way and got wrecked in the temple.
Yeah, Crystal for the Secret Service.
Good guy.
We're gonna need it. We're gonna need a lot of people to protect Trump.
Crystal first in line, blocking all the bullets.
Double op setup now. Alu and Standa, or Standa. I always add like a sh. I know it's wrong. But double ops, that's what I love to see from ENCE. You know, kind of what I think they're going to be known for when they get this opportunity on CT sides, man. It's terrifying. And no time for an adjustment, right? Last round of the first half.
I still can't get over that. Hi Reddit, I'm pretty sure someone's going to post that up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's already been posted like
I
20
so.
times.
I want to see that over and over again. I'm pretty sure Crystal's not going to see that again, and he will Penta, because they ended up losing that round, so I kind of got sidetracked by the comedy gold that was that round. But all things considered, it's a round that Penta desperately needed, and they really should have won. So he had a scoreboard up. Zarte top fragging for his team. Although Alu's at the top with the scores, had more bomb plants, more assists, more bomb defusers, I should say. Yeah, bomb plants on CT side. Good job, Vince. Sick caster, bro. Here comes Crystal though, pushing through mid. Now with the flashes and the smokes, that does force away the CTs. We're gonna have 4 players over here on the A side. This is where fakes really become a huge part of Counter-Strike, and that's exactly what's happening. Yuho shoulder peeking it, making sure he doesn't get himself fragged, and we'll be throwing the smoke out afterwards. This buys up the CTs a little bit more time. Does he realize the bomb is over here though? Because if he did, you're going to see more CTs coming in. He just tries to push through the smoke and he's still alive. How is this even possible? Lowell will go through the other side of the smoke, and the roles will reverse now. As the CT's trying to force back onto the B side. Tabson gets caught. He's going to get kicked off. I'm done. What is even happening?
CTs are like, look at us. We're the terrorists now. We're taking B. Lau with 3 kills. Maybe still a chance here. 10 seconds on the clock. Able to get that bomb down on the grill, but Stana going to move through. And yeah, I mean, he knew that player really had no chance but to commit to the plant, pushes through, and closes it out with a 10-5 half.
Well, 5 rounds I still feel is enough to work from a T's perspective, as long as you get that pistol. So Penta still have a fair shot, a fair glimmer of hope into this one. And we know how good they can be on pistol rounds. But for me, it's do or die. It's pistols everything.
Ride or die with your
Pretty
pistols?
much. Sink or swim.
And they will ready up real quick to start this second half. How do you feel about pistol rounds on Inferno? I'm generally a little, willing to give a bit of an advantage to the terrorists.
Yeah, I actually think that T sides on Inferno are probably the favorable side, because you can just Glock train through onto a site like B, for example. It's very easy to just force through. So typically you'll see Penta or other teams on the CT side actually take a little bit of utility on the CT side and like maybe flash it or something. But instead they've gone for just full Kevlar, which is fair enough. Going for the duels instead. And as a result of what I just mentioned, they're going to have 3 players pushing down Banana itself, but Crystal's going to get picked off from Alu. That's a big key moment for ENCE, but they don't get out of there free. A 1-for-1 trade. And this is where I think it favours the T's even more, because now, if they all chime together and push through, it should be a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-2. So Penta are in a bit of trouble right here.
Yeah, you'd expect them maybe to group up and hit A if they expect that it's going to perhaps be under-defended with only 2 players. And now Alu's going to get a lot of information, expecting them in pairs, right? They're going to push and be aggressive together. So Alu reads that perfectly, hits the first headshot, completely aware of the second player. Now it's going to be up to Tassin to rotate over. I think just missing an angle there on Alu. They may have seen each other. Alu kind of gave another quick little jiggle peek. And now he's way out in the open, but it won't matter. Picks up the USP. Alu is the pistol gone right now. 4 kills on the round. Chance for the ace. If he could just find Lau. And oh my gosh, they're going to run right into each other. The perfect storm, but oh man, Lau. He's got Doppler radar.
Just spanked him. Can't he get any more? He's not going to expect a player behind him, behind the generator. And Sunny made a bit of a meal of that one, but finally picks him off. And there's a reason why you have the God Alu spam in chat, why this phrase consistently comes up. Dude is a beast, especially when he's on fire, when he's on point. And I was talking about the importance of that round for Penta. They've lost it. So Force Bite comes in for them. It's going to be like 5-7s. Maybe a PT-50 here and there for a few extra grenades. But this is ENCE's chance now. And they've gone for a pretty standard buy. 3 assault rifles. Got the MAC-10 for Stonda to go in first with. Also, it's the cheapest of the weapons, so it means he can get the AWP a bit sooner if he wants to on the T side. So all things considered, ENCE in a fantastic position to take this 2-0.
If they're T-side, I mean, this round, you would expect to maybe not be a problem, especially with Zart and that Galil finding that first kill onto Crystal, who I think actually peeked out of the window into ultimate. Bit of an informational play, trying to think, like, where are they going? If we get the information early, we can maybe slide some players over and stack up A, but more or less, Penta, they've gone for this force buy, and then just a completely generic default setup. Don't really like it, but I do like the teamwork I'm seeing over here at the top of Banana. Nice little flash out. That'll let Tassin get a kill for free and even things back up.
So yeah, we're talking about the idea of utility without purpose. There is a purpose to that. It's to stop any kind of re-engage from ENCE from coming to fruition. Allows them to relocate back to the site. Meanwhile, Penta have a double crossfire set down with 5-7s. 5-7s could be huge. Tassin with 2. Lowell didn't quite do his end of the bargain, though. That was all on Tabson. That being said, Sunny's low, and there's a UMP in the hands of Tassin with Kevlar. My guess has a couple of weapons to choose from to his right and left hand side. He needs to be careful because Sunny's there with an AK in pitch. And he's been spotted. He gets tagged, but he's only down to 14. Now, my guess has it all to do. PT-50 in hand. He has no Kevlar. He's got a MAC-10. A little confused. I mean, was the MAC-10 maybe out of bullets? Surely you want to pick the MAC-10 up in that kind of situation.
Surely a MAC-10 has never run out of bullets.
That's the only reason I could think of, unless he just didn't realize he had it, or he's just more confident in his P250 play than he is the MAC-10.
Yeah, I think he just was wanting the one-taps, I guess, at that point. But, I mean, Sunny is in the pivotal position there. Even though he's low, he's in the pit, so he's got the positional advantage, and he was the peeker as well, so he's got peeker's advantage. There's almost no way he loses that. First battle, he gets that frag and pretty much secures the round. But man, did it get a little dicey as they were moving up on that porch side, getting caught in the crossfires of those 5-7s. Can be dangerous. And now Penta on the full eco, and once again, like more or less into a pretty default setup, slightly heavier over on B. The player kind of lurking about. That's going to be Crystal in CT, and now the rotation's coming over. So over rotating, but again, it is a full eco. You don't have much of a choice in the matter.
Yep, just P250. Other than that, full on eco. Penta come out with 2 kills right off the bat, taking minimal damage on Mike S. Jeez, the headshots are real right now. Tassin's in a good position to maybe rain down some fire from Apps. He has been spotted, doesn't get the clean kill. So probably not long for this world. Now his mission,
what is happening?
Should he choose to accept it, is just to play in Apps and just try and keep ENCE in 2 minds so that when the rest of his team get close enough to the site, he can try and burst out. ENCE can't afford now to lose any more players in this situation, or things are going to get so sketchy. Molotov lands right next to Stonda, forces him out into the open. Does bag himself to frag, but now he's alone with Zarte. They're both trying together. Zarte's there now. He has to push across. He's run out of bullets. Is it going to be enough though? The clock is there. 2 HP left for my guess. 1 bullet will finish it, and the headshot does come through. ENCE somehow hold on for dear life, but Penta very nearly won the round on a full-on eco.
Oh my gosh. Not only did they lose the round, they lost it to Glocks. That was super dicey. There's a good thing they didn't have armor, because the one thing the Glock has going for it is it's got a lot of bullets and decent movement accuracy. So he's able to just start clicking, start hitting some shots. They can't really hit him back at that point. And that was way too close for comfort. Even still, though, ENCE, with the bomb money they got from that round, are able to buy up in full, despite it being pretty costly. And Penta, man, again, going right out to the double ops. Inferno, though, maybe a little bit more workable than Overpass.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can play much more static turret positions with the AWP. You can take one over to the B side, just put one around arches. Problem is, if you get rushed, that's where things start to get sketchy. I've got to say, Lowell, you have to do that.
Wow.
You've got to do that. You've got to at least get 1 kill before dropping.
Needs to take the W and the E out of his name after that one.
Damn. Savage, brutal, wrecked.
Out of order, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really rough look for Lowell. You've got to get at least a kill. I mean, if you roll reverse when ENCE were on the CT side, that's where Zate was getting 2, 3, 4 kills at some points. You've got to be able to lock that down. And so that pretty much loses the round for Penta, and they have to save now because of their economy.
I'll throw an excuse. I'm gonna give Lowell a bone here. Like, what happened was he saw that first player that wasn't looking at him, right? So he's then like, all right, presence of mind. I'm gonna make the play. I'm gonna be patient. No one's gonna check this. But then the next person ran out and checked it right away, and then that's when he had the problem. He was then like he was off guard, off edge, ready to just be patient, and then the next person peeks him and he's not ready for the fight. I'm gonna guess that's what happened.
Well, that does now put Penta into a 14-5 deficit, so at this point, no more room for error, no more mistakes are allowed. You have to take it clear from this point onwards, or you simply bow out at this best of 3. The first map was close, a map that Penta should have won. This map's been anything but. Penta, though, do at least have weapons. They have an AWP in the hands of Crystal, who had a very quiet first half. He's on 4 for 15 after 20 rounds. So that's pretty brutal, especially considering at the start of this, we were saying Crystal's one of their talisman. Like, if he doesn't perform, they typically struggle. And that's exactly been the case so far in Inferno.
ENCE doing the same thing they've done. The perfect spread onto the map, maintaining control of everything. They got middle, top alternate, halls covered, even banana now. Still a little bit jammed up here because of the smoke that's down, but not looking to push past it just yet. They don't have the numbers. Yuho's going to hold out there at tree. I think he is cycling some nades. What's he going to throw? Will be a flash, and it won't be an effective one. But it doesn't matter. Taps in, peaks because of it, and Yuho one-taps him with an AK.
One-tap City. And the issue now is that his Tabson went down. It's not the 5-7 wielding Lowell. You can see the barrel of the gun sticking out. It's betraying Stonda. Mike S wants to just hold fire right now, but the flashbang is enough to deter Mike S, and he went for the early shot, so he missed his opportunity. And those are the kind of moments that you need to grasp onto both hands with, especially when you're at this kind of deficit. Smoke down into Arches. It's not gone into Arches itself. It's more isolating library side from Zate. Only 15 seconds left, so they can put bullets in faces. It's still winnable for Penta. That's exactly what's happening. So that 5-7's gone monumental for Lowell. He's picked up 2 kills already. He get more from this one as well. Player jumping up, trying to get the bomb, but the time is down. Because the bomb dropped in such a horrendous position for ENCE, they're going to lose this round. Penta somehow hold on.
Penta have been pretty dangerous with these 5-7s over at A. ENCE might want to think better of that, or if they're going to execute that late into the round, you know, throw all your smokes over, right? Land them on truck and make that little wall and just plant for that very first spot onto the site and fall back to top of middle instead of having to commit and run into this crossfire every single time. Just, you know, taking those sites pretty much without use of any utility, and no wonder it falls apart. The 5-7s are very, very dangerous, especially when they're in pit and around that truck.
Yeah, that close to medium range is where the 5-7 really does brutalize. I saw Lowell using it to super strong effect. Again, though, because ENCE's economy is in such a good place, it's an insta-rebuy, but this is one of the best buys we've seen from Penta. And interestingly enough, Crystal, who hasn't been having a lot of luck with that AWP, drops it across to Mike S instead. So trying something a little bit different. Mike S has the AWP on the B side. Yuho is there to the right-hand side. It's going to be Alu. So one flashbang could end the dreams of Penta here on B. That's the kind of positions they're in right here. Smoke goes down. Does he even assume that Alu's on the car side? Flashes have connected. And it seems the CTs are happy enough to just play passive for now.
Okay, so ENCE kind of doing what we saw in that last round, although this time Yuho didn't start him off with the free kill onto Tassin. Looks like he is pretty low, down to 6 HP, still 2 people way back in the B bomb site, but it may not matter. Look at Tapson peeking off the jungle side, able to get 2 kills at the top of middle. Blau from Graveyard, everybody's favorite position, and then Crystal at Porch. So every man does his job over at the A site, and it's a flawless defense from Penta Sports. And now it's ENCE back to the drawing board. They'll be broke here, so they'll have time to think what they want to do in the next rifle.
Exactly, that's about as good as it gets as far as Penta are concerned in this kind of scenario, where you are staring defeat down the barrel of a gun. To get those clear-cut rounds, the clean sweeps just builds up the economy, means that they can consistently get those assault rifles out. So ENCE now on the back foot, but we have seen them pick up rounds. Nice reaction shot from IKS as Stonda tried to jump across, hop, ended up hopping to his demise. Molotov just a little bit too shallow to pick up the kill onto Yuho. Tarsin's there. Nice shot from Mike S. So it seems like this changed around from Penta playing off spawns now, because Mike S has typically been going B. Now he's on the A side. Maybe starting to play off spawns could very well be a determining factor into their comeback if it does come to fruition. Because it's keeping ENCE in two minds now. The full buy can come in. But Penta have been looking a lot better this last 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, finally getting situated on their CT side. It took them a little while. It was a little scary because they did lose that first rifle round, of course, but they were able to save 2 people out of that one into round 20, and that's where they actually won on time, and then 2 more since then. And what do they have? A lot of flashes, only 1 Molotov left over. And Mike S, man, seeing some tracers. You know, someone spamming that, obviously they're set up at the angle. Mike S knows it as well. And he'll just take a shot with that op, and it comes up with a kill. That's huge. It brings down Alu, and Stonda looks like he's been tagged by Crystal, I think, who was falling back there at middle. Stonda down to 20 HP.
Yeah, and again, Mike S playing off spawns. This time he's on B. Last round he was on Archer's side, and then moved to short side afterwards. So, ENCE unlikely were expecting that sudden peak, and now he's relocated back onto Archer's. Sorry, he's still on B. So it's that kind of situation where, from ENCE's perspective, what do? You have to start falling back into the wheelhouse of standard strats, and in doing so that can play into Penta's strengths. Stonda's about to peak this, and he is going to get picked off, and very nearly a double kill came in because another player jumped just ahead of him.
Yeah, trying to bait the shot.
Exactly. Very nicely done from Mike S, but here comes the retaliation. There are 3 players going to be stacked on the B side, though. He's going to be walking into a trap, and Tarsin's there. Spray down on point. He's down to very low HP, just 5 in total. Zarte will put him out of his misery. With 30 seconds to go in a 4v2, surely there's no way that ENCE can pick this up.
Wow, they will still get the bomb down. Taps in quickly, though, coming through construction out of that garden. Has spotted Yuho with a quick little jump, and even baits the shot. Now Yuho will try to take another 1v1. Someone coming out of Banana or CT. Does go back for Taps in a construction. 2 HP now. Yuho going to throw over a flash. That will force them to turn a little bit. That was just a quick free fire off one side of the box. Hoping to catch a player pushing up. No dice, though. It'll be Lau to get that headshot. And Penta, I mean, comeback starting to be real. Cat, of course, has been spamming it since they won their first round on the CT side, but now it is becoming a reality.
It is becoming more and more likely with every single step they take forward. ENCE's economy still not in a position to force buy, because they still got like a 5-round lead. No reason to force buy, so just half it up. Have AKs in the next round, have Tech 9s. It's still formidable to play against, as we saw when Penta were using it on their T side. Stonda, of course, not going to be taking the Kevlar as a result of wanting to get the AWP with full grenades. And how the T is going to approach this is going to be just an all-out blitzkrieg approach of rushing out into a site altogether. Looks like they're going to be playing a bit slower here, hoping that Penta almost hang themselves, put the noose around their own neck. Seems to me that ENCE are a bit uninspired, though, here. Like, they're running out of ideas.
Old Tassin gonna spot Sarah's hopping through that smoke. He'll be able to bring down one, then the smoke will fall, and that'll help him out. He's still gonna go back further, though, expecting that they'll want to push that. They'll want to continue to commit, but a good job of smoke and fire all over both Arch and Porch from the supporting members of Penta. Gets Tassin out with a kill and very, very healthy.
Yeah, those double orbs is always a bit worrying when you see like a full Tech 9 buy. Get up in the face, up in the grill of Penta, and things can get pretty messy. But I like that they've played hyper defensive here. It's gone right back into the sights, like using the longest angles they possibly can for which to use these weapons. Mike S up on coils. Standard setup so far from Penta. 30 seconds, here comes the charge. What can Mike S get done? It's a complete bloodbath. As Tarsin can get himself 2. Make it 3. Easy for Penta, and now ENCE will have a solid buy. This is where they're going to have to start to make things work, because if they lose this one, Penta are going to be breathing down their necks.
Why did Mike? Did you see Mike look up with his op scoped in over the roof?
Yeah, I
Like,
saw. I
what does
wasn't
he
sure
think
if I was
they're gonna?
bugging though.
They're gonna boost jump over that? I have no idea what that was.
Surprise, motherfucker! They just
Like,
suddenly
got
like
him.
appear on the roof.
He's like, they're gonna molly oranges. I'll shoot it out of the sky. No, you're not. I don't know. Maybe he was turning from a flash, or I don't know. It's kind of weird, but made me laugh. Here's Crystal, man. I like it. You're on that comeback. You got to make the plays. The double op setup is there, and he just gets super aggressive over at Banana. I think they've realized that it's pretty much just been a spread out start of a round for ENCE with one person in Banana, and that's why he goes to take that aggressive play, and it works out.
I said, mother fudger, relax, relax. Okay.
Someone's saying he was trying to spot a flash, and like that's also kind of what I thought. But what good does that do you? Even if you spot it scoped in, you can't turn from it.
You don't need to do it while scoped in. You can
And he was still
take it.
exposed off of coils if someone peeked.
Oh, brilliant. I'm not too sure. I thought at first it was like a bug, because sometimes GoTV does that to you, like it'll just randomly bug out. I wasn't sure if it was that, but if you saw it as well, I guess he legit did it.
Yeah.
ENCE again, though, find themselves at a player deficit. Penta is just seemingly getting more and more confidence as this map goes on. Great entry frag from Alu, though. Sonny needs to come in with a kill of his own, so now they know that Alu's on short. What can the god do? He can get at least one kill down to 19 HP. If he can pick this kill up onto Crystal, that's where things get interesting. Bomb planted at least, that's going to keep the funds moving forward. Smoke out as well to starve away some of that vision. Buys up Alu a bit of time to reload and maybe spam through the smoke. Crystal shows his head, but the Tech-9 shot connects. And Penta pick up an 11th round. This is getting too close for comfort now for the Finns, who are in a fantastic lead. Now there's going to be 6 rounds on the bounce to the CTs.
All right. This is a pretty good time, right? Penta, I think within 3 rounds and into the double digits are now, you know, the comeback officially is real. So ENCE are like, all right, let's put them on ice. Slow this down. We got money, some of the best money that we've had in actually a couple rounds, so we can have a full buy, full utility, and look to do something. Use the power of the pause to go ahead and close out this game. And it will be difficult, right? Because even if ENCE win and get on match point, if it's costly, their buy might be pretty low. And then Penta, of course, are stacked. So they'll be having rifles for the next couple rounds for sure.
Yeah, there's no easy rounds from here on out, really, for ENCE. Penta are going to be able to buy until the bitter end, I have to feel. So, ENCE now this is smart, you know, just calling the timeout, trying to take away some of that momentum, some of the wind out of the sails of Penta, have a good think about, okay, where are the weaknesses, where can we look to exploit? I feel like B is a no-go right now. Mike S is playing very well with the AWP up there. They've got good smokes, good flashes. I think A is where they've had the majority of their success. And it looks like we are going to have an AWP pick up for Alu. So a decision has been made. AWP's picked up for him. Is this off the basis of a 6 spawn again? Yeah, he has one of the best spawns to actually push through mid. So he's going to be looking for that early pick. Let's see if one of the CTs runs into his crosshair.
That would be unfortunate for the CTs.
The answer is no, they play very passively. Again, this is so smart from Penta. Don't give any lives away for free.
Yeah, also, I mean, it seems unlikely they do it 2 times in a row, right? It was, I can't even remember. Well, what opera's even over there right now? It's Mike S, yeah. So Mike S went super aggressively down here on the last round, so he's very unlikely to do it a 2nd time in a row. Well, the last rifle round, that is. And they'll try to exploit this. Mike S now getting a little bit curious. And they were going for that boost over the smoke, and then another smoke will go down. Will they actually drop back and try to look over it again? And that doesn't seem like Ali will call for that. They're going to work their way up middle, and it's going to be Zard leading the charge there.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I was hoping to see from ENCE, more of an asymmetric play. It has been the weakness for me from Penta. Their B site's been very stronghold indeed, especially when weapons have came up to fruition. Zarte's there, that was an important kill. And Tarsin's on the receiving end of a battering. Now Lowell's on the site, he's going to try and push out, catch the T's as they move in. It's going to be double sprayed out, they were not expecting it. And meanwhile, Crystal's going to try the flick shot onto short. Can't get it done, stunned it in midair.
Why not?
Clean. Picks up the AWP for himself and it won't be too clutch. I mean, again, it's that confidence building for him, and why the hell not when he can land headshots like that? And stunned against the 1v3! Oh my goodness, you beast! 15-11, that's going to hurt Penta.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt. I think he gets one of the entries at the top of mid. That's his first kill. Then jumping AK headshot into the pit allows him to pick up that op, his signature weapon. He slips through a smoke, gets into graveyard. Very sneaky beaky like over there on the T side. Thought that was a CT mentality. Hits the shot into the player in sight. Not an easy one. And then a sick little peek out the bottom of graveyard to get the shot over on the player at Moto. And God's Donda, pretty much, if they're not already spamming that. I'm sure there will be now. And what a brutal way for Penta to lose a round and allow ENCE out to match point.
The Swami Perkele spam in chat is real. What a beast. Crazy clutch. And I even said at the time, like, switching out to an AWP in 1v2, typically a lot of players will keep the M4 or the AK. But you could just see the confidence. The guy was like, okay, I'm taking the AWP and I'm just ramming this down the throat of Penta. Still though, Penta with their economy that we discussed before, easy rebuy, double up setup. This is what's been working for them. So ENCE, can they rinse and repeat? Can they try and capitalize on Penta's shaky economy and their shaky position in this game as well? Just to take down on Sunny, that could be a bit of an issue. And it looks like it's going to be more of a mid play again.
Here's Tapson starting off strong and taking down Stonda. So they've got to be pretty pleased with that being the first kill. No playmaking from him now. And Tapson's going to go back for the re-peaks. Fights two completely unsuspecting terrorists who are like, surely he's seen all three of us. He won't re-peak this, but Tapson does. And then he finds a fourth. Can he go for the ace? UO is coming up, and there it is. UO obliges him. Tapson with 5.
You've got the Perkele chat just spamming away. But
translate for me if it's PC.
I think it is like a curse and finish, but my understanding is it's like damn it.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Kind of, but it doesn't translate like necessarily. It's my understanding. And Swami is like Finland or Finnish. So they were spamming it, but that may have silenced some of the Finns in chat after Penta come back with a pretty convincing round of their own. Oh, that's a beautiful flashbang, like I guess. This is the worst case scenario. If you keep doing that, eventually you're going to get rushed. And this puts so much pressure on Tarsin. What he does could change everything. And he's winning the first opportunity. He wins the second one as well. Finally gets a kill. But one kill is not good enough. Crystal puts it through for CZ. He can't get it done either. But all of ENCE are really low here. Surely they can't clutch this round.
They don't check it. Thought Tapson was going to go down to a Glock. Can he do it again? He aced in that last round. Throwing the nade into the perfect spot. Yuho goes down, but he's not going to expect a second. There's almost no way he checks it, but he still is flashing it. Do they know? They must, but it doesn't matter. Opt out of the sky. Stonda again in a clutch situation. Gets it done with the headshot. 2015 is his scoreline, and of the match it's 16-12, and that's a 2-0 for ENCE here in this best of 3 against Penta Sports.
After such a valiant attempt for Penta to get back into the game, to start to get those rounds up, to lose in that fashion has got to be soul destroying. It's got to be crushing. I mean, I think you even said not like this. Like the flashbang comes up into Banana, Mike S gets taken down. He very nearly still lined up a couple kills there. They were very close to being hit from his AWP shot, like his desperation AWP shot. But
there's some massive whiffs there, though. Tassin in the site was like, I don't remember how this gun works. And then Crystal with the CZ is like, the spread is so random. Where are my bullets going? Like,
no, it's completely
massive whiffs.
That's totally fair to say. You know, those two players, if either of them pick up kill, I think Tarsin did get a kill, but it was like labored. It was after all 20 bullets. At that point, the terrorist has already got into position. But Crystal has to get at least one kill with that CZ. If either of those players do better in their position, I think that round goes the way of Penta. You're looking at like 15-13, potentially overtime. But that's Counter-Strike, right? You make one mistake, you make a couple whiffs, everything changes.
Exactly. So, ENCE, they do take it. Pretty close, right? We were right. We both thought the 2-0. I didn't think it would necessarily be that close. It was only a 16-14 victory on Overpass for ENCE, and then 16-12 there on Inferno. And it was looking, again, like Penta were going to bounce back, make the comeback on the CT side. But they do fall just a little bit short. We do have one more series coming up here, though, in CEVO-G Finity Season 9 Pro League. We've got Torpedo versus, it looks like Epsilon has picked up another roster. I believe some of the remnants of CG, the Cringe Gods. So a Swedish matchup coming up next here after a break, which we will take now. But again, you're watching that CEVO-G Finity Season 9 Pro League. I'm Helium. I don't know where I'm pointing because I don't know how the cameras are set up, but Metuz is on one side of me. And you can follow both of us on Twitter if you'd like at twitter.com/HeliumBrella for me and Metas TV for Metas. And actually, you got anything else to say to the people, Metas, before we throw it out?
Pretty sick game. I agree with everything you said. A lot closer than I expected. I think there's a lot to work on for both teams. Enjoyable game though. Looking forward to the next time we cast those teams.
All right, we will be back, guys. Stay tuned.